Welcome to another episode of the Bandage Podcast, a weekly wrap-up of the most trending healthcare news. Each week, we'll discuss the latest in healthcare, health IT, and compliance.
In this week's episode, we discuss discovering a link between pollution and brain function, an important FDA warning, and shortage of diabetes drugs because of a fad. Let's wrap things up. This is episode 161 for the week of November 14th. I'm Matt Moneypenny.
And I'm Albert Battistelli.
Before we get started, our diagnosis code of the week is W55.29XA or other contact with cow, subsequent encounters. This isn't the same. There's a lot of cows. There's a lot of cow codes.
Right. Other contact with cow. Can it be the same cow? Does it have to be the same cow, or can it be a different cow? Like subsequent encounters.
It's subsequent. So I think maybe it exists after the main one, which is bitten or kicked by.
It could be.
Maybe, I don't know.
Landed on, if a cow falls on you, cow tipping, and the cow tips the wrong way.
Right. This tells me that being a dairy farmer is a very, very violent job.
Yeah, it's hazardous. Danger.
Yeah, it's hazardous. There should be cow prevention training.
Right,
exist.
For sure.
You could say that this is a demotivating career.
Yeah, sure. You could say that. Should you say that? I don't know. Could you say that? You could, as you've shown.
After learning about this diagnosis code, I am no longer motivated to go further. But I will.
We could start a movement
to
raise awareness of cow dangers.
So that way our mood is increased. Anyways, first up we got new meaning to brain fog. Researchers in the medical field have known the effects of air pollution on respiratory health and other organs of the human body, but its impact on mental health has been less well understood. Now, research published by the National Library of Medicine reveals that air pollution adversely affects mental health. It also highlights that mental health disorders such as depression and anxiety can be avoided through improved air quality. According to a study conducted in 2019, air pollution results in psychiatric conditions. Those exposed to a high level of toxic air can also have bipolar disorder, personality disorder, and depression. According to health experts, the toxic elements in the air when entering the human body directly affect the central nervous system, causing restrictions to ideal functioning of the brain. Several neurons in the brain are disrupted due to breathing toxic air. Is this correlation equals causation? It sounds like it is.
It could be.
It
also feels like something that we've known a long, long time. Like, didn't they in like the 18th and 19th centuries, like if you were sick or like depressed, they would like send you to the beach. They'd be like, you need a weekend in the country, or like you need to go like
fun.
Yeah. And you would just go out there and just like, I forgot what they called it, but you'd go like recover.
Right. A getaway.
Yeah.
So I wonder, is the issue? You could look at this two ways, right? If you're on the side of the scientists doing this study that are trying to prove their research, right? You say the reason why mental health is so bad is because of how toxic the environment is, right?
Right.
However, you could also say mental health in general is going up because maybe it has more so to do with A, social media usage, right? There's a correlation there. Or B, just general more awareness and acceptance of mental health issues as a thing in general.
Yeah.
Right? And then on top of that, maybe those two factors that exist, maybe, there's also the toxic air that exists as well. So it's kind of like up in the air right now. Get it? Oh, God. But yeah, so I don't know. That's pretty much what I got from that is, there's a lot more studies that need to be done. And folks, this exists.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we've got important national FDA warning. According to the FDA, healthcare professionals should be cautious of possible xylazine inclusion in fentanyl, heroin, and other illicit drug overdoses because the overdose treatment, naloxone, may not be able to reverse its effects. Xylazine is FDA approved for use in animals as a sedative and pain reliever, but it's not safe for use in humans and may result in serious and life-threatening side effects. Side effects appear to be similar to those commonly associated with opioid use, making it difficult to distinguish opioid overdoses from xylazine exposure. Healthcare professionals should continue to administer naloxone for opioid overdoses and consider xylazine exposure if patients are not responding to naloxone or when there are signs or symptoms of xylazine exposure. The FDA is continuing to investigate the source of xylazine in the illicit drug supply and will provide an update when new information is available.
I think it's kind of ironic that xylazine is a animal sedative.
Yeah.
So is fentanyl.
Right.
Fentanyl is a horse tranquilizer.
Right. They do the same sort of thing.
Right. So is this just a cheaper substitute that,
Right.
illegal drug manufacturers are using to increase, just kind of like
Right.
this is almost like an economic triangle, right? In this instance, heroin is the most expensive to manufacture, which is why they
Right.
put fentanyl in heroin. But now maybe the fentanyl is too expensive, so now they're substituting fentanyl to put
With
into
xylazine?
heroin with xylazine. So it's almost like this funnel of bad
Right.
drugs.
Yep.
Whoa. There we go.
Wait,
Drug
gotta be
economics
careful.
with Matt and Albert. That's our next
This
podcast.
is why you don't do drugs, because
Don't do drugs, kids.
you don't know if you're getting
If you
heroin,
don't.
fentanyl, or xylazine. It could be any
Right.
of those
And
two
I
now.
can't even-
It's all gonna look
I
and
can't
taste
even
the
pronounce
same.
xylazine. So
Right.
I'm glad you read this. Next up, risking your life for weight loss. The prescription drug semaglutide, sold primarily under the brand name Ozempic, is prescribed to help people with diabetes control their blood sugar and help with long-term weight management. However, this drug has recently become the subject of controversy since it's gone viral on social media as a weight loss solution, even for those who do not have diabetes. The clamor for Ozempic has caused shortages of the medication. This has created serious issues for those who actually need the prescribed medication to ensure their bodies can release insulin to control diabetes. The FDA approved Ozempic in 2017 for the use in individuals with type 2 diabetes. Ozempic signals the pancreas to create more insulin, which helps control blood sugar and also lowers glucagon, a hormone that releases sugar levels. This can result in weight loss, but Ozempic has not been approved for that purpose.
Interesting.
I actually have seen this trend. And I was like, I saw the video while I was scrolling on TikTok, and I was like, oh, what is this new drug? Does it just decrease the weight?
Right.
Maybe I should talk to my doctor about Ozempic.
Yeah.
I didn't actually think about that part, but I was like, oh, what is this drug? And people were saying, oh, it helps with weight loss, blah, blah,
It's a
blah. in the
miracle
comments.
weight loss cure.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, whoa, this is weird. I was like, I wonder what this is. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to keep scrolling because that's what TikTok does. You just keep scrolling and
You
you
just
don't
keep
really care
scrolling.
about it that much. But for people who don't, understand that everything on the internet is usually a lie, it could be bad.
Yeah. And it's taking drugs away from people who need them, who have diabetes.
Right.
So maybe take drugs as intended,
As intended.
everyone.
Yeah. Again, or don't do drugs unless
Right.
you are prescribed by a doctor.
Right.
And then doctors, if people are coming in and they don't have diabetes and they want Ozempic, that's a red flag.
Yeah, don't give that to them.
Duh. I don't even have a medical degree and I could figure that out. And with that, let's go to our next segment.
BREACH, Breach Patrol. It's a breach! All of the latest cybersecurity breaches.
Welcome to Breach Patrol. We talk about the latest breaches all across the world. Oh my good golly gosh, Albert, what do we got?
$106 per head. Aviana Health reached a proposed settlement to resolve a healthcare data breach lawsuit stemming from a 2019 string of phishing attacks that impacted hundreds of thousands of Massachusetts residents. The Massachusetts Attorney General's office alleged that the Georgia-based home healthcare provider failed to sufficiently safeguard patient data, leading to PHI exposure for more than 4,000 patients and employees. The information involved in the incident included social security numbers, driver's license numbers, financial account numbers, and health information such as diagnoses, medications, and treatment records. Under the terms of the consent judgment, Aviana decided to pay the monetary settlement of $425,000 and implement a comprehensive information security program.
Whoa.
Yeah, weird. Be careful.
Crazy.
Don't let that happen. It's going to be costly. Costly.
That is
phishing
costly.
attacks. Phishing attacks are the most common. They're going to come at you. You got to get.
Hey, watch it. Hey, whoa.
Oh, you got to. Yeah.
We're just bringing up alert. Oh my gosh,
Alert.
I'm talking fast because this is a big deal.
Right.
Big deal.
Watch out for phishing attacks.
Wee woo. So what do you do, Albert? What do you do? If you're Aviana Healthcare and you got this lawsuit, what do you do?
Well, you have to pay it, and then you have to hopefully enroll your customer or your employees in training against this kind of attack, against phishing attacks.
My gosh. Bingo. Ladies and gentlemen, Albert, you have won the grand prize. What do we got? Albert, what does he win?
He wins
absolutely nothing.
$425,000 from Aviana Health. Woohoo!
Knowledge is
power.
So, congratulations.
I have power. I won power.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thanks, but yeah.
It will take 3 to 5 business days, which is not how long it's going to take our next story, which is partying with the hacked third party. St. Luke's Health learned that a data breach affecting their third-party vendor, Adelanto Healthcare Ventures, had compromised PHI. The data breach affecting the hospitals is unrelated to the massive ransomware attack on its parent company, Common Spirit Health. Initially, the third-party consultant's investigation determined that St. Luke's data was not affected, according to an October 20th announcement. However, further investigation revealed that email accounts for 2 of its employees, hacked into on November 5th, 2021, did contain St. Luke's patient information. Compromised data included personally identifiable information, medical record numbers, treatment and diagnosis codes, and more. I do like the fact that this story says what was included was personally identifiable information. Yeah. Albert, what is the difference between personally identifiable information and protected health information?
Well, personally identifiable information helps you identify the person. It doesn't necessarily provide any health information or PHI on that person.
Right. It is the big umbrella. PHI is a subset of personally identifiable information, and it is more secure and requires more protections because it is more, wait for it, sensitive. So there you go, little lesson.
That's what we're here for, Matt. We're here to provide those lessons.
Yeah, we're yes.
Informational and educational.
Heed my words, listeners. Heed my words.
Okay, finally, last up, adding to the multi-state payout. Connecticut joins a combined $16 million multi-state settlement over the 2012 and 2015 Experian data breaches. The personal information of millions of consumers nationwide, including over 142,500 Connecticut residents, were impacted by the 2015 breach. The breach involved information associated with consumers who had applied for T-Mobile postpaid services and device financing between September 2013 and September 2015, including names, addresses, dates of birth, social security numbers, driver's license and passport numbers, and related information used in T-Mobile's own credit assessments. Connecticut will receive over $886,000 from the settlements. The settlement also requires Experian to offer 5 years of free credit monitoring services to affected customers, as well as 2 free copies of their credit reports annually during that time.
Bonus, free credit reports.
Free credit reports, get it, Experian.
Which I think is usually credit reports are free anyways.
You usually get depending.
Usually they're free, but it's Experian going out of their way to provide it to the victims is what matters. Because they're doing a little extra effort. Saying, hey, you know what? You didn't request this, but we need to protect you. So here is your credit report. Now you gotta find anomalies, but here you go. It's better than nothing. I'm not, this is a pretty standard breach. They had a breach. It affected people. Yep. Things happened.
What sticks out to me about this breach is that this was 2012, 2015. We're talking 6-7 years later. They're still dealing with this. So there are long-term effects when you get breached. This isn't something
might not be immediate.
Over, right?
It is a big deal. Ladies and gentlemen, big deal alert.
Big deal alert. BDA.
And that's it for this week's wrap up of your weekly healthcare news. I'm Matt Moneypenny.
And I'm Albert Bettistelli.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Bandage Podcast produced by eTactics.